The criminal justice system, like any system designed by human beings, clearly has flaws. Apparently, the cops are raiding the YSL compounds, locking up our favorite dog, Slimy, and even put him into the back of a police car. Why y'all doing that to Slimy, man? Come on now. Welcome to the channel where we learn from everybody and everything that we see or hear. And welcome back to another class lecture. If you're new to the channel, like the video and subscribe, as well as turn on those post notifications so you'll know firsthand when I drop a banger video like this one. Yeah, guys, it's looking real crazy at the YSL estate. They got Thug looking crazy all over the internet with his mugshots. They're on Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat. I don't be on Snapchat, so you guys let me know. They got my boy Gunna too. They even got Gunna trying to stylize the prison uniforms. He's thinking he going to the next Met Gala. It's wild, man. Biggest thing that's happening in this case is that they're being held under a RICO charge, which, if you're a rap fan, you should be very familiar with that term. It's a charge getting a ton of people wrapped up nowadays. When I first saw this, I was like, what is going on? Because I don't exactly think of Young Thug and Gunna to be the typical rappers rapping about violence, really, or gangs. I see them as like a style / money / like vibey sort of music. However, I'm not the biggest fan of either. You guys let me know if Thug and Gunna was apparently put in that work at some point. I don't know, I'm naive to the fact. However, to get really specific, because sometimes we got to get into the nitty gritty, I'm saying, that dirty. One of the specifics of the RICO charge in this case is preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise, which is, YSL, through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence. Also, another factor in this RICO case is preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise by posting of messages, images, videos, and songs demonstrating allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf. And another thing, maintaining armed individuals ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through the use of violence. Lastly, obtaining money, weapons, and other property through acts of racketeering activity, including robbery, theft, and unlawful sale and distribution of drugs. Yeah, just wanted to break down what exactly racketeering was. This is still an educational video. So for you guys who didn't know, which is crazy, unfortunately, that's how these RICO cases start. It's almost like a divide and conquer sort of strategy that relies on you taking out the head of whatever organization, or as they describe as gang affiliation. Like I said earlier, that has caught up with a ton of people in this industry, 6ix9ine being one of them. But we all know he snitched out of the case to avoid any real repercussions. Well, at least legally. Casanova is also caught up in a RICO case right now, along with his murder charge he's facing currently, as well as YFN Lucci. These charges are indeed very serious. They're nothing to scoff at. So honestly, his fans, keep hoping, keep praying for the guy. Gunna, everybody in the YSL organization, if you're a fan, pray for him, because it's not looking too great as of right now. Hopefully things change. But these charges are the type that they use to try to take down the mafia, which is insane. It's wild. And apparently they're not stopping at YSL. They're coming for every gang affiliation in Atlanta, because the DA who's involved with this case, interesting enough, was involved with the YFN Lucci case. And she promised that more indictments will be on the way. A stiff promise. So that's scary, I would assume. So my advice for anybody involved in any capacity of street life would be to relocate or put a pause in whatever that you're doing, which might be naive in thinking, but hey, I don't think you want to get arrested. And to top it off, man, it's going to be the worst for Young Thug. Just anybody can see that, because in RICO cases, the big man, the big homie that's in charge is always held with the most time, because they see him as the leader of the operation that they're trying to shut down. And now it's coming out, they're again using lyrics to put more depth within his case. In total, Young Thug lyrics from 9 different songs were listed in the indictment. The earliest being 2014's Ill, and most recent being last year's Young Thug and Gunna collaboration Ski. Other lyrics in the indictments came from Young Thug's 2018 collaboration with Nicki Minaj. Anybody saying, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. 2018 is just how it is. Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. In each instance, prosecutors alleged that Thug and his lyrics constitute an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy, which is crazy that they're still doing this. I hope this stops. Rap is art. Art is a form of expression which shouldn't be used to determine if somebody should be arrested and locked up in jail. I always hated that. Not a fan of it now. That's like somebody judging you off a piece of artwork made. Or I don't see nobody getting arrested for, like, example, Euphoria. That's like horrible. But this guy, somebody's making Euphoria off of his way of expression, and we don't see him being arrested for drug use or being held in court in episodes of Euphoria popping up out of nowhere. Nobody would do that. They'll look at, if that were to happen, people will look at it as crazy. Just a little tangent. I hope everything somehow works out for these guys involved. Thug and Gunna is very much a positive influence in music, in my opinion. Thank you for tuning into this lecture, but now it's the end of this lecture. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now class is over.
I'll listen to like a song that I did last year, and I'll be like, I'm in New York in a Rolls Royce, and then it'll be like 2 years later, I still haven't put the song out, but I'm really in a Rolls Royce in New York. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm big on like speaking shit to existence. So I had to learn like not to say stuff like, if I go to prison, I'ma still be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn how to back away from that type of stuff and gang banging because I feel like I really speak a lot of stuff to exist. I speak so much stuff to exist, and sometimes I forget.